Let's stop talking about Trump. We talk about him too much. We want to tell people what we're going to do for them. Yeah. Healthcare, environment, those kind of issues. For example, I've seen you on TV a lot in the last couple of years. I know everything you know, or that you tell us, about the Russian situation. I don't have a clue what you think about healthcare. I've never heard it. Yeah. I don't know whether you're for Medicare for all, or improve Obamacare, or get a chicken. I don't know what.
Well, we know that this whole smear on Joe Biden comes from the Kremlin. That's been clear for well over a year now, that they've been pushing this false narrative about the vice president and his son.
Just a few days ago, we showed you Bill Maher absolutely roasting Adam Schiff for his blatant hypocrisy and the fallout it sparked among the already struggling Democrats. Well, get ready for round two. We're taking a deeper dive into Schiff's double standards and his full-blown case of Trump derangement syndrome. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, now's the time. Unless you want to miss out on more juicy political meltdowns like this one, Office of Legal Opinion.
I was always of the opinion, number one, that the Office of Legal Counsel opinion that you can't indict a sitting president was wrong.
Oh, good.
That in fact you can indict a sitting president. I think there are prudential reasons not to try someone who's the president of the United States, but particularly when there's any risk of the statute of limitations running. If the president commits a crime, they should be indicted, and you should stay prosecution. So, but frankly, I had no expectation that that would be the course Mueller would take, even if the evidence supported it, because he is fundamentally conservative, and I don't mean left-right conservative, but he was going to follow the established policy. He was not going to make new ground. So I didn't think it was realistic to expect that he would indict the president. And those that did, I think, were unrealistic in their expectations.
Pay close attention to how Adam Schiff practically recited poetry about indicting President Trump during his first term. This wasn't just routine criticism, it was an outright obsession. Now look, I get it, Schiff's a Democrat, of course. He's going to rally behind Biden and lose his mind anytime Trump so much as breathes. But seriously, is that what this country needs right now? Politicians who treat party loyalty like a religion and who refuse to call out corruption in their own ranks.
Now it just looks like you're stalking him. I think in the eyes of the people who don't follow it that closely, which is most of the country, here's the thing about Bob Mueller. He's like the last person, maybe the last thing in America that left and right agreed on. Left and right basically agreed. This is a guy of honor. This is an honest guy. This is an honest broker. Whatever he says goes. Americans are not into details. Don't read it to me, Bob. Just give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down. The fact that he was like, if you couldn't impeach before, how are you going to impeach after?
Did you catch Bill Maher calling Adam Schiff a Trump stalker? Because honestly, that's exactly what he was. Schiff was absolutely fixated on impeaching Trump, no matter the cost, no matter the evidence, or lack thereof. He pushed the Russia collusion narrative like it was gospel, preaching it nightly on cable news. But here's the twist. Even Robert Mueller, the DOJ's own special counsel, came up empty. No hard evidence, no smoking gun, nothing to justify the hysteria Schiff was fueling. And yet, there he was, relentless, obsessive, and almost gleeful about trying to take Trump down. Facts didn't matter.
Here's the awful dilemma that we face. If we don't impeach him, that sends a message that this kind of conduct, this obstruction of justice, this kind of willing use of the help of a foreign adversary, all the lies and cover-up, that this is non-impeachable. At the same time, if we do impeach him, and he is acquitted as he would likely be acquitted, then the message is those are not impeachable offenses. At the end of the day, Bill, there's only one way to deal with this problem, whether we impeach him or not, and that is to vote his ass out of office.
That's what Adam Schiff has always been after. Not justice, not truth, but removing Trump from office by any means necessary and replacing him with his party's chosen puppet. If you read between the lines, it's painfully clear Schiff wasn't motivated by some noble pursuit of accountability. He was laser focused on shifting power back to the Democrats. And here's the real giveaway. If Schiff truly had rock solid evidence, if his case against Trump was as airtight as he constantly claimed then why was he already predicting an acquittal before the trial even started? That's not the confidence of someone with the facts on their side. That's the move of a political tactician who knows the performance matters more than the truth. Schiff wasn't defending the Constitution. He was performing for the cameras. Was never about justice. It was always about control, headlines, and racking up points for Team Blue. And that's where Bill Maher drops the gauntlet.
Let's stop talking about Trump. We talk about him too much. We want to tell people what we're going to do for them. Healthcare, environment, those kind of issues. For example, I've seen you on TV a lot in the last couple of years. I know everything you know, or that you tell us, about the Russian situation. I don't have a clue what you think about healthcare. I've never heard it.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you're for Medicare for all, or improve Obamacare, or get a chicken. I don't know what.
Bill Maher has proven once again that he's a master tactician when it comes to exposing political hypocrisy. And this time, he did it with one brutally simple question. Watch how he dismantles Adam Schiff's entire narrative with surgical precision. For the past 7 years, Schiff has made it his life's mission to go after Trump, casting him as a political boogeyman, the villain in every story. That's been his whole brand. Trump bad, Orange Man scary. But Maher cuts through the noise and asks the one question no Democrat wants to answer. Okay, let's say Trump is a monster and we vote against him. Why should we vote for the Democratic candidate? And even more damning, what does Adam Schiff actually stand for besides hating Trump? Crickets. Schiff isn't known for bold ideas or strong leadership. He's famous for one thing, his obsessive crusade against a single political rival. Strip that away and what's left? A hollow partisan with a microphone. But here's where it gets worse. After years of preaching about the moral urgency.
John Paul, we know that your life has been turned absolutely upside down because you were accused of spreading Russian disinformation. Tell us about the last few years and what led you to file this lawsuit.
Good morning, Carly. Thanks for having me on the show. Well, the last couple of years have been pretty tough. It was pretty quick out of the gate that I was labeled a hacker. And then after Adam Schiff and 51 intelligence experts decided to pen a letter and tell the rest of the American people I was a Russian asset, things have kind of gone downhill from there.
Gotta hand it to John Paul McIsaac. The man kept his sense of humor even while being dragged through the mud. He famously referred to Adam Schiff as Adam Schiff. And honestly, it fits. Schiff didn't just bend the truth, he shifted it, twisted it, and reshaped it to serve his political agenda in any functioning democracy.
Well, we know that this whole smear on Joe Biden comes from the Kremlin. That's been clear for well over a year now that they've been pushing this false narrative about the vice president and his son.
Without a shred of evidence, Adam Schiff confidently declared that the Hunter Biden laptop story was nothing more than Russian disinformation. No investigation, no due diligence, just baseless finger-pointing, packaged as a national security concern. Schiff went on national television and outright lied to the American people, claiming the laptop was fake, the story fabricated, and the entire thing a political hit job orchestrated by Rudy Giuliani in a desperate attempt to smear Joe Biden before the election. He framed it as a classic Kremlin tactic, hoping Americans would tune out and dismiss it all as a hoax. But here's the kicker. The laptop was real, the emails were real, the corruption, influence peddling, and shady foreign deals. All real. Schiff didn't just get it wrong, he actively misled the public, all in the name of protecting his party's golden boy, and now, instead of accountability, we get silence. Convenient, isn't it?
A group of people who are not ideologically captured by either side. I am tired of the extremes and the extremists who dominate the debate. They have the megaphone and we hear them more, but I don't think they represent what most people in the country talk about. I think almost any issue you could actually come up with a reasonable middle ground.
Bill Maher, many of us are fed up with politicians like Adam Schiff, ideologically entrenched, morally inconsistent, and hopelessly loyal to party over country. These are the people who twist every issue through a partisan lens, utterly incapable of holding their own side accountable. If Donald Trump so much as jaywalks, they're ready to light the torches. But when Joe Biden's son is caught in a full-blown scandal, suddenly it's Russian disinformation and right-wing conspiracy. The hypocrisy is staggering. This isn't about justice, truth, or integrity. It's about shielding their political tribe at all costs.
Let's live in the year we're living in. You know, the year 2024 is just very different. Very, like night and day different from 50 years ago, even probably 20 years ago.
In the end, Adam Schiff embodies everything that's broken in modern American politics: hypocrisy, double standards, and blind loyalty to party over principle. For years, he built his reputation by obsessively attacking Trump, pushing narratives without solid evidence, and dismissing legitimate concerns, like the Hunter Biden laptop scandal, as nothing more than Russian disinformation. And when the truth came out, he didn't back down, he doubled down. Unfortunately, Schiff isn't an outlier. Politicians on both sides have turned politics into a zero-sum game where winning matters more than truth and party loyalty outweighs loyalty to the country. Bill Maher said it best. If all you've got is fear of the other side, what are you actually offering? Americans deserve leaders with real convictions, not career politicians who change their tune depending on which way the wind blows. It's time to stop tolerating the sham and start demanding better. Because if we keep following people like Schiff, we're not just headed in the wrong direction, we're headed straight for disaster. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more content just like this. See you in the next one.